Welcome back. Now, India's largest public sector lender, State Bank of India, has revised its interest rate on home loans with effect from today, as against the separate interest rate structure it had for women and other home loan borrowers. Now, a uniform interest rate structure on home loans will apply irrespective of the loan amount. Now, for home loans up to 75 lakhs, the rate has been fixed at 10.10% per annum for all borrowers, women or otherwise. And for loans above 75 lakhs, the interest rate now stands at revised at 10.15% per annum. This is effectively a cut of 5 basis points on loans up to 75 lakhs and a 15 basis point cut on loans over 75 lakhs. With this in the backdrop, let's also talk about how to smartly manage your home loan liability. Nobody feels like a true owner of the home until you pay off your home loan. So today, let's look at what it takes to foreclose or prepay a home loan before time. We're joined by Adil Shetty, founder and CEO of bankbazaar.com. Adil, welcome to the Property Show. Now, people who've been paying who are going through their home loan for a couple of years now, finally experiencing some financial stability in their lives, in their jobs, and they're now thinking about foreclosing their loan before time. For them, first of all, does it even make sense to think about prepaying a loan? What does it entail?
So I think, a home is always a very big investment, and people do take home loans to finance it these days. I think if one has access to cash, it's always an option to prepay your home loan. I think the important thing to check is whether the home loan has any prepayment fee on it. Now, in the last few years, the RBI has removed prepayment, but some of the older home loan agreements still have some prepayment clauses in it. So step number one, check to see if your home loan agreement has prepayment or not. And if you have access to liquid cash, do consider prepaying your home loan.
So what would you say, Adil? Which is the smartest way to foreclose a loan? Do you start making partial prepayments, at various intervals? Do you increase your EMI amount? Do you reduce your loan tenure? Which should be the smartest route to foreclose your loan?
I think if you're looking and you've decided that you want to foreclose your loan, right, the partial repayment method is probably the wisest. So, whenever you have access to excess cash, either because you've gotten a bonus or you've got a sign-on bonus or things like that, you can always consider doing a partial prepayment on the home loan.
All right, so we're talking about those who've actually made up their mind that they want to foreclose their loan. For those who are still in a dilemma, they've received a sudden surplus amount of funds, they're looking at whether should they invest in some kind of tax-saving investments or should they go ahead and foreclose. So if you compare the two, which is more, where are you in a more advantageous position? Where do you get better returns?
So I think this is I think this is the decision one needs to make, right? So you have access to a certain amount of funds. You know what your home loan interest payment is. So if you feel that you have a place where you can place this money, where you'll make a higher return, I think it's a decision people take. But I think it's a personal call one needs to take, taking into account what is the interest rate you're paying on your home loan, and is there somewhere else that you want to invest wherein you think you'll get better returns. Another thing is that when you do have a home loan running, you do gain the ATC tax benefit on it and the 24G. While if you prepay your home loan, right, you potentially won't avail of that tax benefit the next year. So I think all this needs to be taken into account, and then one takes the call. I think if one has decided that they want to prepay their home loan, then they can proceed with that process. I think one thing which is also important is when you do close out your home loan, what are the steps you then need to take? There's a checklist one needs to follow when you do close your home loan, and that is something we should also discuss for the viewers.
Okay. Adil, can you share that checklist with us? What are the essential do's and don'ts?
Yeah, so it's a 5-point checklist which you need to follow when you do decide to close your home loan. So first of all, I think when we're at that stage, congratulations. You've taken a 20-year home loan and you've paid it off, so the house is yours. So that's fantastic. So the 5-point checklist is as follows. One is you need to collect the original documents, all of them from the bank. So it's important that you make a note of all the originals that you've handed over to the bank, and that you make sure that all of them are collected back. Secondly, we also advise that when you do collect the documents back, actually go through the documents to make sure that they're full and complete. No pages are missing, everything is in order. So do actually go through the documents one by one to make sure they're full and complete. Thirdly, right, it might make sense to get a no objection certificate from the bank saying that the home loan has been paid off in full for your records. Fourth, right, sometimes banks register a lien in the registrar's office against the property. So you probably want to make sure the bank removes the lien if in case it has been registered. Often it's not registered, but in case a lien is registered, you want to make sure it's removed. And lastly, a couple of months down the road, follow up with the credit bureau and make sure that, they've been updated that your home loan has been paid off in full. So that's the 5-point checklist we advise when closing a home loan.
All right. Adil, you also spoke about RBI's directive advising banks not to charge any foreclosure or prepayment penalties. What is the industry practice right now? There are also some kind of terms and conditions that up to 25% of the principal, you don't pay any penalty. What is the current practice?
So current practice, Vasudha, is that since the RBI gave out its directive, right, there's no prepayment fee on the loan. However, if you have a contract which is 5-6 years old, you might have a clause concerning this particular matter. So if you're taking a new home loan today, right, the current industry norm is that there is no prepayment fee on the home loan. However, for older home loans, you should do exactly what you said, right? There are conditions saying you can prepay up to 25% a year and so on and so forth. So you actually need to go through the home loan agreement to make sure that you've understood it correctly.
All right. Adil, on this subject of home loans, we also have a viewer query. Nisha Chaturvedi would like your advice. Nisha wrote us this email saying, my father has a plot of 60 square yards in Jaipur, but it has not been approved by the Jaipur Development Authority yet. My father cannot afford enough money to construct a home. So can any bank offer us a home loan to construct a house on that piece of land? Adil, clearly a case
right,
of
Vasudha,
not
I think,
clear title.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are two questions in this. Let's handle it independently. One is about a construction loan, saying if someone wants to build on an existing plot of land, will a bank give a construction loan? The second is if the land is not approved, right? So the quick answer to the second part of the question is if it's not approved, the bank will not fund it. Now, there are multiple reasons why the land could not be approved. It could be common panchayat land, it could be agricultural land. So I think what she needs to do is to check why the land is not approved, and then follow up with the development authority to see if she can get it approved. But if it's not approved, typically, right, no lender will finance it. However, the other question in terms of construction loan, right, that is something that banks do provide. So if you do own a plot of land and you want to construct your own house, you go in for what's called a construction loan. Typically, banks will fund 70 to 80% of the construction cost, subject to it being less than 80% LTV on the cost of the property, on the market value of the property. So if in case she does get the property approved, then she definitely can go in for a construction loan for about 70 to 80% of the construction cost.
Okay, so Nisha, that's the advice there. If the land is not approved, you won't be getting any loan from a bank. You need to visit the local authority offices, the patwari, figure out why that land does not have a clear title, what are the encumbrances on that land, and then go ahead with your property transaction. All right, Adil, thank you so much for joining us today with those expert inputs. We have a question by Shivakumar Gowda. He writes, in April, I booked a flat in Pashmina waterfront on Old Madras Road, Bangalore for end use with a base price of 54.35 rupees per square foot. By seeing the speed of construction now, I'm feeling construction completion is a big concern. I would like to have your opinion on this project, builder, and what is the appreciation in 2 years? Samir?
Well, this project actually is located on OMR Road, 220 square feet, 8-lane expressway. This project is very well connected with high growth potential stretches like the KR Puram road and project is spread across 16 acres. So this project is good. USP of this project has been 3 side opens with no common walls. Bangalore's biggest amphitheatre with 1500 meters long jogging track and 200-meter lake promenade. This project is also designed by international architects. Metro station is just 15 minutes away. So from our side, we would recommend you that you should hold on to this project. The price also is at 4250 rupees a square foot, whereas the weighted average price is 4650 rupees a square foot. So it's lower than the weighted average price of the market. And inventory overhang is 21 months, which is also safe. This project was delayed for quite some time, but now the project is on track. And this project has entered a base price of 4250. In the next 5 to 8 years, OMR Road and the surrounding areas would look like a major commercial and residential hub, which is going to be good for this area in a big way. And so there are good chances of some appreciation happening in the next 2 to 3 years as well. There were some high tension wires that have been removed, and that will lead to further price appreciation of this project.
Shivakumar, we feel there is still value in holding on to this project, Pashmina Waterfront in KR Puram. Good strategic location and also the issue of the high tension wires, as Samir said, that has been resolved. So we expect prices to move up. Also, in terms of the location being prime, the metro station is about 15 minutes away. And also we see this micro market developing into a commercial and residential hub, already existing international schools and hospitals in close proximity. Okay, Sandeep Yole has a question for us also. Sandeep, how can we help you?
Hello, I have a query regarding the property in Hyderabad. I have located a property by ILFS, that is Hill County, which is offering 2, 3, 4 BHK. Now I chosen a 3 BHK having 2000 square feet and cost around 70 lakhs. So I would like to know what are the other options and whether the investment is good at this point of time. It's Nizampet near Bachipoli.
Okay. Hill County, Bachupalli near Nizampet, good location, Samir, project by ILFS. What's your review on this?
Yeah, it's a very good project. In fact, the price is for a limited period of 2999. It's going to go up to 3250 rupees a square foot. This project is a part of a 85-acre township, of which 17 acres for apartments are for development. It consists of 11 towers, and earlier this was with Metas, but now the problems have been resolved and the project is also going to get ready in 2014 itself. We have 2 more recommendations for you, which you can consider. Abhyas Pushpak by Abhyas Infrastructure. This is at 2850 rupees a square foot, available with the developer. It consists of 5 blocks. It's got 458 units and it's in final stages of construction. Internal painting is going on. Then you have Prime by Vertex Homes. This is at 3500 rupees a square foot, spread across 4 acres with 5 towers, just located off the Nizampet Road, near to Raghava Reddy Function Hall as such. Project is also approved by the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. The price appreciation trends are also looking pretty decent now for Hyderabad. Bachupalli has been 8% on price appreciation and Nizampet has been about 6%. Inventory overhang is also 16 to 17 months for both the micro markets, which is a good indicator. And the weighted average price is 2900 rupees for Bachupalli and Nizampet is 3000 rupees. So the project that you also shortlisted is just in line with the weighted average price of the market.
All right, Sandeep, apart from the project you recommended, you spoke about in Bachupalli, we're approving that, giving you 2 more recommendations in Nizampet. This market benefits given its proximity to Kukatpalli, Bachupalli and Miapur, which is the prime heart of Hyderabad, given that it has a number of commercial developments. So giving you 2 more projects to look at. There's Abhyas Pushpak by Abhya Infrastructures and Prime by Vertex Homes. Time for a short break on the property show, but on the other side, we'll throw the spotlight on Maharashtra's cluster development policy, which seems to have hit another roadblock. And in Thane, smart investment options in under 60 lakhs.